This conference will now be recorded.
And once again, good morning, everyone. For those of you that don't know who I am, I'm Wayne Mitchell, and I have the privilege, at least for the next 4 months, of serving as president and CEO of the Nacogdoches County Chamber of Commerce. I'm pleased to have you with us this morning. I do want to remind you that this call is being recorded and will be posted later today on YouTube on the Chamber's website. The second thing I want to let you know is that we will also have our friends from the media joining us as well this morning, and we welcome them. And we're glad to have you on the phone. I'd respectfully ask everyone to turn their phones on mute until we get to the questions and answers portion of the program this morning. Uh, I am very pleased to welcome this morning Gina Oglesbee, the interim president of Stephen F. Austin State University. She joins us at an extraordinary time. She personally was involved with Xavier Gibson's end zone run last night for the New York Jets, who graduated from Stephen F. Austin State University and won the game for the Jets in spite of the loss of Aaron Rodgers. And so I know she's particularly proud of that, and we'll take full credit for it during this call. But all kidding aside, we are very, very fortunate to have somebody as talented as Gina to step in as interim president, which she did on June 1st on 2023. She served previously as vice president of finance and administration. She's a chief audit executive for SFA. She's assistant administrator and chief financial officer for the organization. She's been involved with the Nacogdoches County Hospital District at Memorial Hospital and just countless other things. And, I often say we got a lot of talent and incredible human beings in Nacogdoches County, and Gina's at the top of the list. So good morning, President Oglesby. It's great to have you with us this morning, and the program is yours.
Thank you, Wayne, and I appreciate this opportunity to talk about SFA, and especially this week because it's such a great week leading up to our centennial events, which I'll talk further about. But yes, I can't help but shout out about Xavier Gibson and his play last night. I think we have our athletic director, Ryan Ivy, on here. I thought I saw him pop up, so he might can add a few things in a little bit about Xavier, but just to have that recognition. My phone blew up last night. They just said Stephen F. Austin on national TV during the football game, so it was a very exciting moment. We have a couple of other SFA President's Cabinet members on here. I see our provost, Dr. Lorenzo Smith, Mike Coffey, who's our Chief Information Officer. I'm looking around. I know Joanne is either on here or listening, Joanne Black, and that works in the president's office. And I think I see, there's Joanne, Nancy Wyndham, who is just rolled off of being one of our last Board of Regents members. And y'all forgive me if there's anybody else on here from SFA. Y'all might want to give a little wave, but those are the ones I am seeing today. So I thought I would just kind of give a little update and also talk about this week. But we are ecstatic to have transitioned to the University of Texas system, our membership with them, as of September 1st. Most of you have heard the story, so I won't go into a long explanation. But last July, a year ago, July, our Board of Regents asked the administration, which was then led by Dr. Steve Westbrook as the interim president at the time, to look into affiliation for our university. Just the timing of what was happening in higher education, coming out of COVID, and just other challenges with the university. We just thought, why not look and see what opportunities are out there? And then, of course, we were very pleased to have the four systems that did look at us: the University of Texas system, Texas A&M system, Texas State University system, and Texas Tech system. That lengthy process and the transparency behind it is all on our website. But it culminated with, in November, our Board of Regents, and after hearing reports from our faculty and our staff and various groups on campus, our Board of Regents selected for us to partner with the University of Texas system. So since last November, we have been working on that affiliation. So Dr. Lorenzo Smith and I sat on the overall steering committee for the affiliation with Dr. Archie Holmes, who's the Executive Vice Chancellor at UT System for Academic Affairs, and Mr. Jonathan Pruitt, who's the Executive Vice Chancellor for Business Affairs. So we were the overall steering committee, and then we had a core team composed of UT System members and SFA members that worked on all the processes. So we had a team related to finances, we had marketing representatives, we had student affairs, just all the different teams that were necessary to help this affiliation along. And then, as y'all also are aware, Dr. Westbrook had continued to announce that he was going to retire at the end of May. The Board of Regents named him the 10th president of Stephen F. Austin State University at their January Board of Regents meeting, and he did retire on May 31st. And that's when the Board of Regents named me the next interim president as of June 1st. So that kind of gets us up to where we were at June 1st. Right after June 1st, on June 12th, we had a cyber breach at the university, right? So it was a interesting start to the interim presidency period. Mike Coffey's on here. I may let him give a little bit of update about that in a few minutes also, but we are happy that we made it through that period. Some people on here helped us out on that, and Mike and his team are owed a debt of thanks for what they did to get our university through that period, and just the patience of our faculty and staff as we work through that. So here we are, a member of the UT system. So what does that mean now? We have successfully transferred all of our employees to University of Texas system benefits. So before we were on state of Texas benefits under the employee retirement system. So now we have transitioned to UT system benefits, which is some the same, but just all the UT system schools are under the UT system program. We had a big benefits fair on campus, about 3 days, which is something that hasn't been done in the 20 years that I've been here, at least to the effect that it was. And we had thousands of, maybe not thousands, I think it was about 1,300 retirees and employees go through the benefit fair and be able to select different options on their benefits. We also, at the UT System Board of Regents meeting, the first one that we went to representing SFA in August, it was to be there for the presentation of our budget, which was part of the University of Texas system budget. So our university budget that was approved by UT System is $243,167,143. So it was included as part of their overall system budget. You know, this is a big change for us, having been an independent university. We are used to going through that budget process ourselves, presenting it in a certain way, but our finance and budget team here was able to transition into making our budget the way we budgeted here at SFA move into the format for the UT system. So that was a lot of work by that group over the summer to be able to do that. And within that budget, we pretty much kept everything operating at the same level as the previous year. We were like, we just need to transition in. We did include a mid-year salary pool that is contingent on meeting enrollment and budget revenue goals. So we realize faculty and staff compensation is one of the largest priorities. It's a priority in our strategic plan. It's a key topic among all our communities and groups here at SFA. So we are working on that proposal. As part of the UT system affiliation, they did provide us with transitional operating funds, because if y'all have heard any of the presentations related to the financial part of the affiliation, we moved from being what's called a higher education funded school, or a HEAF funded school for capital, to being part of the permanent university fund. So it is a change in the way we're funding. It's a change in the way we can allocate funds. So with all of that, they did provide us those transitional expenses, or transitional amounts that they're providing to the university of $5.5 million each year to use for those operating fund purposes. So our Board of Regents, which I said Nancy's on here, representing that Board of Regents at the time, last January, we made a proposal to our Board of Regents, knowing that we were moving into the University of Texas system and we were going to receive these additional funds, operating funds of $5.5 million. We went ahead and proposed a 6% salary increase for our employees here at SFA. We used some of our reserves to pay it for half a year last year. But we didn't make it a one-time payment because we knew we had the $5.5 million from University of Texas system that kicked in on September 1st. So we were able to, the budget I just talked about includes the continuation of that 6% that was allocated by our Board of Regents last January. And then some other things that were included at the Board of Regents meeting. UT System has what is called a capital improvement program, which we had a capital program here too, but theirs is a more formalized process. And we did present our forestry, agriculture, and interdisciplinary project that's been talked about across the university and within the affiliation agreements. The legislature had given us funds for what is called a capital construction assistance project, a CCAP project, in the previous legislative session. So not the one that just ended in May. They had given us funds for a forestry and ag interdisciplinary project, and the University of Texas system added $35 million to that project. So now it's a $79,922,833. So almost an $80 million building project that we are in the planning stages of on our campus. And that was part of the overall affiliation, that they would add funds to that program. One of the, one of the big things about SFA and the affiliation, we do have our College of Forestry, which is there's not another College of Forestry within the University of Texas system. So our college, our Arthur Temple College of Forestry and Agriculture, is a different product than they've had before and been able to offer. So we're excited about that possibility of having that improvement here on campus. So Wayne, I haven't been on these before. Do I stop and let questions come, or do I just keep on? How do y'all do this?
Well, President Gina, what I would suggest is, where we are fortunate to have several of your colleagues on, if they'd like to add anything, I'd invite them to speak at this point. I see we have Mike on. Mike, anything from your department you'd like to add? Nothing like putting people on the spot.
Sure. It took me a second to find the mic button. I'm not used to this format. So, sure, we've been able to kind of recover everything at this point. We have our last set of servers that we've been holding back. We've actually, in conjunction with a number of the consultants we've been working with, have been able to decrypt a number of systems to help us look at forensics, as well as recapture some data that wasn't backed up on some. They weren't mission critical systems, but it's still nice to have those back. So we're in the process of finishing that up, and then we'll be back to operations as normal as a new semester can be. So, the normal growing pains of having 12,000 students show up on campus, and a number of other people. So a lot of chaos with moving and all that, but it's been great. So we're actually doing really well at this point. So knock on wood, we won't be going through anything like this again anytime soon.
Well, I appreciate that update, Mike. I will tell you, if you don't think that SFA has an impact on the private sector community. Here at the chamber, we went through a rather, as a result of your unfortunate situation, we decided we'd do an audit on ours and made some significant changes just in our own internal data protection procedures here.
Yeah.
Our consultant probably told us the same thing they told you, is that there's no absolutes, but you need to do what you can do and hope for the best. And that's where we are here. But
I had a
thanks a lot. Thanks a lot
conversation. Yeah.
for helping me spend an unexpected $5,000 probably. So, Ryan Ivy, you taking credit for last night?
And I take all the credit I can get, Wayne, because I get all the blame as well. So I'm going to take credit if I can get it. I'm about as fast as Xavier, so I taught him every move that he had last night. But it sure was fun to watch him and John Franklin as well. John Franklin Myers plays for the Jets, and he had 4 total tackles and a solo sack last night as well. So the Jacks were represented well on Monday Night Football last night. And I don't know that you could have scripted a better script with it being for a Jets team who just lost their Hall of Fame quarterback, on 9/11 after the Giants had just gotten their butts kicked the night before as well. So it was a good night for the city of New York and certainly for SFA. But we're so proud of Xavier and everything that he's done, and he's such a great human being. I tell people that all the time. It's fun to watch moments like that, but it's even more fun when you know that those individuals are good people and have done things the right way and worked hard. And it was certainly fun for us moving forward. So we've been busy last night and this morning trying to capitalize on all the attention we can get, and maybe throwing a little fundraising campaign in there as well. Rally, give, anything that we can do. We're trying to capitalize on as much as possible. So it's been fun. I will say as well, we're hosting a volleyball tournament this weekend, and last week Debbie Humphreys surpassed 800 wins as a Division I head volleyball coach, all here with Stephen F. Austin State University. And so we're going to honor her Thursday night after the game against that team in Huntsville that wears orange. They're going to be here Thursday night. And so we're excited to be able to honor Debbie for all of her accomplishments. So if anyone wants to come, we encourage you to do that. We will do that after the match. And then they also host, we also host Ole Miss on Saturday at 1:30. So it's always good to get a Power 5 team to come to Nacogdoches, and hopefully we'll be able to send them packing with a loss as well. But we're off and running from an athletic standpoint. Football had their first home win this past weekend, and we'll come back next week with the 23rd and the 30th of 2 home football games as well. Parents Weekend being on the 23rd, so we expect a big crowd for that game against Austin Peay.
It's a great time to be a Lumberjack supporter.
You bet, absolutely.
Well, congratulate to all of you. Any other colleagues from SFA like to update us on anything particularly?
Maybe Dr. Smith can talk about some of our programs that are growing and things like that, Lorenzo.
Sure, absolutely. I must say that I just got my audio working a few minutes ago, but no, I thank you, Gina and Wayne. We just continue to have good news to share here at SFA within academic affairs. We have kind of 4 pillars that we're working on for our strategic plan. One of them is just making sure that we are looking at programs that can be more efficiently managed, and so that's in alignment with the coordinating board. Another part is as Gina mentioned, investing in new programs, and so or programs that are growing or have the potential to grow. And just a few of them, aviation is such a highly visible program. It is growing so quickly. We're so proud of the students and the faculty who are investing in that program. So we have the aviation program. Construction management is exploding here on campus, and this is something that is not unique to SFA. Really nationwide, construction management students, most of them have jobs before they even graduate, and so they're in high demand, and it continues to grow. We've got forestry, needless to say, has lots of attention, not only just from the UT system, but it's always had that attention from us, and it's going to continue to grow. And within that, college agriculture as well. Social work, something so integral to the success of the 12 county region. We have a recently added doctoral program in social work that's a program that we're investing in. We hope to bring in some additional faculty. I don't have to tell you how important it is for those faculty and students, and with respect to their engagement with the 12 county region. So that's another program. And of course, there are many of them within the social work umbrella. Computer science, mechanical engineering, electrical engineering are all areas within the College of Sciences and Mathematics that continue to grow. We expect to bring in additional faculty to support that, but we're very proud of what Dean Childs is doing for those programs. And then nursing also. We're so proud of our nursing program. That's one of our shining stars, and we want to continue to invest in that. It's just high growth potential, and they've had a long history of success for SFA. And then I'll just finally say for the programs, as you know, we have our new fine arts renovation in our building. That really is, it's automatically adding a heightened sense of interest in the whole campus. And so we know that music, theater, dance, all of that is going to grow just simply because of that new building. And the faculty are so excited when they bring in prospective students and parents. They want to come to SFA, yes, because of the faculty, yes, because of the support services, but also they look at that new building, and it's a win-win for us, so and for the students. So as Gina said, we're investing in our programs, and we're excited about the trajectory. And I'll just say there are two other areas. One is advising. As you know, what is so important for SFA is our continued growth and enrollment, and a big part of that is just simply keeping the students that we have here. And some of the students drop out not because of their inability to succeed in the classroom, but maybe they just lost their way. They may be a first generation student where they just don't know where to go, or they don't ask the right questions. And so to the extent that we can provide that additional support for them, this is something for them, for their success, but also for the institution, because it helps retain more students. And then finally, I'll just say this last pillar that we focus on for the strategic plan and academic affairs is what we call signature learning experiences. We want our students to graduate not just with their degree, but with some sort of signature learning experience that they can put on their resume and say, this is something different about me. And this is something that when I look back at SFA 20 years from now, yes, I'm going to remember those courses, but I'm going to remember that special time where I went to, for example, to Costa Rica, okay, or to Portugal, or they had this wonderful learning experience out in the field with some of our faculty engaged in archaeological work. We want to invest more in that, and so we have a makerspace that's coming online. If you ever get a chance, come to the campus, come to the library, and look at our new makerspace, and look what we're doing for our students. And we also have continuing education that's also within that area right next to that. So these are some areas that we're very excited about, and we're just and layered on top of all of that is just the affiliation with the UT system. So I'll stop there and take a breath, Wayne, but thank you for the opportunity to share some good news about SFA.
Well, thank you, Dr. Smith. And I do want to say, not unrelated to the aviation program's expansion and success, there will be a bond issue in November that will hopefully commit $7,300,000 in general obligation bonds for expansion of facilities at the airport. And certainly that would have a direct impact on your aviation program. And I'd respectfully suggest people become acquainted with that Proposition A and support it. It will have a significant impact on our expansion of your aviation program, which has been so extraordinarily successful. So thank you for that. Any other SFA colleagues? Dr. Oglesbee, would you like to, President Oglesbee, would you like to have any final comments?
I would. I'm going to talk a little bit about enrollment because y'all, we can see our students back, the 11,000 students that come, our faculty that comes back, and just all the activity around all of Nacogdoches that brings. And I know we all look forward to that each fall when they come back. Our fall census date is today, so we won't have our final numbers for what enrollment is. Changes can still be made through today, so we won't have our final enrollment numbers till after everything closes out tonight. We do think we have around 11,000 head count students on campus, give or take a few. We'll see how that falls out tonight when it all closes out. And the good thing, the last numbers I saw showed first time undergraduate enrollment up around 10%. So what we saw last fall was freshman first time enrollment and all undergraduate, first time undergraduate up. And then this year, so what we're seeing is our COVID classes that were smaller in those junior and senior years, as they graduate out, we do expect to see an overall increase or have an overall increase continue through in our enrollment. And as Dr. Smith talked about, when we speak about enrollment, we don't just mean the recruitment of the students, but we also mean the retention of the students that we already have. And we realize our Nacogdoches community plays a large role in that, in providing resources and activities and services for our students. So we all partner in that retention effort that we have. And then just a few other things that about buildings and construction on campus. You know, we demolished our Maze Hall on campus over the summer. If you hadn't been here, you'll see where that is. And then we have our dining hall in process right across from the steam towers. You will see that we signed the contract in August, so we will see that construction start to go up on campus for a new dining hall for our students. And then just to talk a little bit about the Centennial, I think Ryan already mentioned about the volleyball game. It's not officially a part of the Centennial events, but we claim it as part of the Centennial events on Thursday night. And then on September the 15th, on Friday, we have our Alumni Awards, which is a ticketed event. It's a black tie optional event. And on September 16th, we have what we're referring to as Community Partnership Day. I think many of you may already be involved in this. Let me see if I get it right. I think it's called Old Town Rig Down. Is that right? We'll be going on downtown. That we hope that the people that have come in for our centennial will also enjoy those festivities. And then we have businesses and other activities where discounts are being given for SFA or certain materials or resources are made available related to SFA. So those partnerships should be up on our website and are being updated about things that are going on around campus. And Ryan mentioned too, we also play Ole Miss in volleyball at 1:30 that day. I don't remember if he mentioned we have a fan bus going to the football game that evening. Ryan's nodding his head. So that information is out there too that we hope people will take advantage of. And then on September 17th, we do have the grand opening of our Griffith Fine Arts building. So our faculty has already moved in there. Our classes have already started in there. We had our faculty and staff opening program, the kickoff welcome in the Turner Auditorium in there. The building is absolutely beautiful. For those of y'all who've been following us, you know, our board approved this back when Dr. Patillo was still our president. They approved this moving forward with bonds for several projects. So this has been, a 5-year vision and project for the university, and the building is just gorgeous. So I hope y'all can come see it at 1:30 that day for the ribbon cutting, and there'll be tours all throughout the building. And then at 4 o'clock, there's a centennial composition concert. One of our music faculty has written this composition. So that is a ticketed event because of the limit on the number of seats in Turner Auditorium, but they're free tickets. So you just have to sign up. So we are excited to hear that centennial composition. And then on September the 18th, our alumni group will be dedicating our Centennial Ring Plaza. So we are going to have one of those big rings that you see at other campuses that our students can take pictures in and get excited about their rings and their affiliation with SFA. So that is going up out there and will be up by the dedication at 10:30 on September the 18th. which is, we've had some people ask, well, why are y'all doing it on a Monday, September 18th? Well, that is the university's, that's the actual birthday, is September the 18th. So that's why we're doing these activities that day. And it all culminates at the end of the day at 4 p.m. with a big centennial birthday party. So we will have activities and some vendors and a large birthday cake and ice cream on campus, all in our mall area here. And we're hoping, a lot of students attend and community members. So we will celebrate our birthday big that day, turning 100 years old, and celebrating the past and looking forward to the future as we've joined UT system.
President Gina, with all that's going on, you're going to be burned out by the end of this month, I'm afraid.
It's great to have all of this to celebrate. It really is. And if some of y'all may remember, we kicked off the centennial celebration with our annual gala that we had last January. So we still will be celebrating the centennial until our gala this next year. That's January 27th, 2024. So a full year, but the highlight is this centennial birthday party. So lots of
Well,
activities, lots of fun.
I assure you that the chamber and our other colleagues on the phone will do everything we can to promote your events, and we'll look forward to our participation as well. You folks should be very proud at SFA of where we are, and more importantly, where we're going. So this is going to be a great time. So I want to thank you, Gina, and I want to thank the colleagues from SFA. We're going to go into our other reports, and I would be delighted to have you stay on and hear about what's going on. And we'll start with the recently confirmed CEO of Visit Nacogdoches, my friend and colleague, Ashley Morgan. Congratulations, Ashley. What's going on with the CVB?
Good morning. Thank you, Wayne. As Gina mentioned, there's the Old Town Rig down this weekend. So I just wanted to make sure everyone is aware that downtown will be inaccessible basically from Friday morning to Sunday morning. So plan your routes accordingly. When you're frustrated about the traffic, just remember how much money they're bringing in, along with those SFA students returning and alumni returning for the centennial celebration. So it's going to be a busy weekend in Nacogdoches, but every single car has big dollar signs over it. So just remember that. I wanted to talk about Christmas. So in the advertising world, we're a little bit behind on promotions, and that's because I need you all to tell me about your Christmas celebrations. And so I want to make a big splash in digital marketing about Christmas in Nacogdoches, because I love hearing when everyone says it's like a Hallmark town. So I challenge you all to do it big this year and tell me how you're doing it big, so I can write an article about it and send it off to like Texas Highways and things like that. If you're not familiar, my email is ashley@visitnacogdoches.org, and I'll put it in the chat box as well. Let's see, we have a board retreat happening this evening. We have 4 new board members. City Council recently expanded our board, so we're really excited to get these new members acquainted with what CVB does and how it works. The presentation will actually be recorded, and so it'll be posted at a later date. And I would love if you all took the time eventually to watch it, just to find out what a CVB does and how it can impact your community. Our job is to bring in tourists, and we're hoping that these tourists come and see Nacogdoches and see what an amazing town it is and the amazing school that we have here, and that they'll want to come back. So we're always thinking long term over here. And that's about it for me. We do have some more events happening on the horizon, Dia de los Muertos, and some Christmas shopping events downtown. And all of that information is available at visitnacogdoches.org/events.
Well, thank you, Ashley, and we're excited. I know I've got my 18-wheeler all gassed up and ready for this weekend. So if Gary Lee will join me in the cab, I'm looking forward to it. So good morning, Nancy Wyndham. How about a regional update, Nancy?
I'll make this real quick, but I would like to begin because the SFA folks are still on the line. I'm grateful and honored and very humbled to be a region, even if it was for the 2 of the 6 years. I wanted to say that we all know of the asset and the crown jewel we have at SFA, but knowing some of the scenes in the background and all the work that was done to help transition forward, I don't know if there's some of the things, if you took 4 systems and you took the words and you had to translate that into numbers, and Gina led that group on the financial side to translate words into numbers, and it's all public information. The process that was laid out was flawless. I think so, to be able to make a good decision. But Gina and all of those that are on this call and everybody else, the students, the faculty, the staff, the alumni, everybody played a part in this transition. And Kevin Eltife told me the other day, he says, Nancy, I'm so excited. He said, Nacogdoches has no clue what is about to happen. And that is all. He was very excited. So SFA is their crown jewel now. But I just wanted to say, knowing what some of the background work of the people that are on this call and all the rest of them did to move us forward and have done throughout all of the years, just cannot say thanks enough. It's so many things that are not seen and not said, but it is all there. And I'm just so grateful and thankful because it catapults not only the city, the region, the university, and most of all, our students as we prepare for the workforce for the future. I'm sorry, that is the regional report, because without that, I'm working for great projects for the region, just putting all the little pieces together. But I am most appreciative of the alliance with the CARI. That's the Center of the Applied Research and Rural Innovation. I think Monica's been on the call. Marianne may have been there too. But to support our 12 counties and to line all of our regional partners together and how we can focus and be on that same track to prepare our workforce and this region for the future, not only the state, but for the nation. So we're really excited about that. I'm glad to be just a small part of that alignment. We are finalizing, we have a meeting this week to finalize all the strategy meetings that have been done in all of the 12 counties. Looking forward to announce those results on December the 6th, the Economic Development Summit. There is an October 6th manufacturing connection with students and manufacturers at Angelina College. October the 11th is Interns Unite that's here at SFA. We'll be reaching out to the businesses, and it is designed to bring students to focus in on internships. So I'm going to go ahead and go. It's already 10:39. Please call me if you have any questions. And everybody, wear your birthday suits. And I'm talking about purple up because we have got a lot to celebrate this week.
Speaking of birthday, I think it's Nancy Wyndham's birthday today. Is that correct, Nancy?
Oh, it is.
Oh,
Happy birthday. Oh, beautiful.
oh, you
It's
got
a great
my flowers.
day.
You got my flowers, Nancy, right?
I did. Thanks. Okay, it's a great day, and thank you all so much.
Thank you, Nancy, and happy birthday to you. And thank you,
Thanks.
Gina, for calling, letting us know about that. So, well, I'm pleased to see that we do have Cassandra Stokes with the SBDC, and I understand you were at a conference. Cassandra, what's going on in your world?
Oh, hi. Yes, you're right. We did just get back from our annual conference where over 1,000 small business development centers got together with all of their advisors and a lot of their specialists, and we learned a lot of great things, and there was some good networking, and probably the biggest thing I learned was about ChatGPT. And so, and all the awesome things that it can do for me with my job, helping me out. And so I look forward to having a future training session on that. Well, a few weeks ago, you guys probably may or may not know that NEDCO and the chamber got together and we had another small business development session. And this one was doing business with SFA. Under the UT system, we had over 30 attendees, and our presenters were Kay Johnson and Kim Jones. They did a wonderful job updating us on how small businesses can continue and new businesses can start doing business with them. As a follow-up to that, we're now planning a session on how to become a certified hub vendor. We saw that there's a need and an interest in that. For those of you who don't know what a certified hub vendor is, it is the historically underutilized business program that was created to promote full and equal procurement opportunities for small, minority, and women-owned businesses. And so we saw that as a need, and we're now getting with a presenter, and we're getting the dates nailed down so that the SBA state program manager will come and put that session on for us in the next couple of months. So that's it for me today. Thanks.
Thank you, Cassandra. As usual, a lot going on with you folks, and we're fortunate to have your agency working on our behalf here in East Texas. It's great to see. Caroline Garner, what's going on with United Way?
Good morning, Wayne. Good morning, everybody. First, I just want to give a shout out to Miss Gina, our president there, and what a great job she is doing. I've known her for a while. Our kids were in school together, and we used to date via her son and my daughter. And so, but seriously, I've seen her in other leadership roles, and she was a godsend for SFA to be there at this time. As a fellow accountant, I have appreciation for the efficiency she has brought and the analytics and all the budgetary numbers she threw out there were just very interesting to me. And I know she's got a handle on it. And that's what the bottom line. We all talk about the bottom line, and truly we are into the bottom line. And this is why SFA, I think, went for this transition, that you have more resources to bring that much more to Nacogdoches and to the students at SFA. And I know she's managing that very well. And I appreciate her stepping into that. I'm very proud of her. And everything that SFA is doing. We're excited at United Way to be a partner with SFA on many levels. We've worked with SFA School of Business. Their dean is a past chairman of ours, and we've done various projects with marketing students and other students at SFA School of Business. School of Social Work is a longtime partner of United Ways. We've done community impact studies, and Dr. Amarante Oliphant is a longtime member of our I'm all about SFA, our United Way board. And we're working also with SFA CARI on a program that we hope to launch on January 1st, and that's going to be presented at the last Rotary meeting of this month. It has to do with a very impactful, I think, volunteer program that we hope to bring through a partnership with United Way and CARI to Nacogdoches and some of the retirees, and give them opportunities to plug into the community to make their time worthwhile. And with SFA School of Athletics, we've had a partnership, done a number of things, but recently that was really showcased at our kickoff event. I see many of you who are guests at our kickoff event, and I just appreciate everybody who showed up and supported us there. We had a good time for a great cause, I think. But Coach Carthel was introduced by Ryan Ivy, did a great introduction, and then Coach just brought it home as to what it means to be on the team that is your community, how he gets his players involved in the community. He talked about how he had taken his team during what was training time, a training season, down to help with some people who'd suffered from a hurricane some not too many years ago. But that's just where his heart is. He wants to plug in and help in the community, and he's bringing his players up that way too. And I'm just so proud of him for that. He was very entertaining and very motivating at our United Way kickoff event. And it was perfect, of course, to have Coach there for a kickoff. So he kicked off our fundraising campaign season. That's what we do in the fall. We are collecting pledges now for the support we want to give back as a United Way to the community next year. So my message to all of you, if you want to live united with us, just give us a call. We have campaign partners all around town, and what that means is we go out and make a presentation about what United Way does in the community. We, again, are going to fund 19 wonderful local agencies in the areas of health, education, and financial stability, the senior center, the food pantry, the Boys and Girls Club, et cetera, et cetera. And so if you want to make a pledge to be a part of that, that we make it efficient, like Gina, I'm an accountant too. I tell you, if you just have the accountants take over the work, you get all sorts of things done, right, Gina? No, I don't. No, with all due respect to all the other professions, just kidding. But we do make it very efficient for you to be able to give back to your community. You don't have to decide, okay, I really would like to support the senior citizens, make sure they have a good place to go and have socialization and get a good hot meal. I'd like also to support kids who are behind in school. I'd like to support crisis victims and so on and so on, and then take the time to decide which agencies bring those services, and then take the time to figure out how you're going to pay those different agencies. All you have to do is make a decision once you want to help the community, help those who are in need in Nacogdoches, and decide how much you can afford to pledge to donate to United Way. We do the rest for you. We've already received the applications, and our wonderful board of directors, including Kelly Augustine, has gone through the applications and helped make that funding decision for next year to support 19 impactful local agencies. And you can just pledge through your workplace or individually to donate to United Way. We will make sure all through the year next year that your donation is going to make a difference in our community. So there's my spiel for our campaign season that we're kicking off. And Rex Perry Autoplex has donated another car. The car this year is so cool. It's red. It's got this blackout theme going on. It looks really bad. It's just a really, really good looking car. It's been, you'll see it parked around town. It has spent a lot of time in front of Cadence Bank, and it'll be moving around. But all you have to do to get entered to possibly win that car is to pledge my fair share, which is 1 hour of pay per month. Then your name is entered in the drawing, or for $7 a week or the equivalent, your name is entered in the drawing twice. And we'll have a big party to give away that car at Rex Perry Autoplex sometime in December. Date TBA. Upcoming this week, UBank is hosting a burger fundraiser. That's their contribution to help kick off our campaign. That'll be this Friday, September 16th, from 11 till, I forgot to write, is it 2 or 3 o'clock? But anyway, lunch hour. They're located across from Walmart, 4822 North Street. $8 will get you a burger, chips, and drink. They are donating all the proceeds to the United Way campaign. Also, coming up, we have just a little over 2 months from now, our annual turkey trot. It'll be our 14th annual turkey trot, Thanksgiving morning. And why am I announcing it now when it's over 2 weeks away? This is a perfect time to start your Couch to 5K endeavor. And it's so fun. We have over 300 runners show up for the 5K and the Kids K. The Kids K is complimentary for kids up to age 12. That's sponsored. So they come, they do a cute 1K run around the park at 8 in the morning, 8:30 in the morning. The 5K steps out and goes south from Pecan Park, then over to the hospital, and then shoots back up along Regay Street, goes through the beautiful Tucker Woods and back up the trail to Pecan Park. And it's a lot of fun. You earn your turkey points early. So start your training now, and you can go ahead and register online for that as well. That's it for my report, Wayne. I'm sorry that was kind of lengthy.
Well, thank you, Caroline, for that update. A lot going on with United Way as usual.
Yes.
And
Yes.
last but certainly not least, Gary Lee, do you want to give us a quick update on Sawmill 6?
Sawmill 6, if you don't know what it is an NIL, name, image, and likeness that's designed to fund, in our case, the basketball team. I don't know if Ryan's still on the line or not, but we're very hopeful that soon, because of the Texas legislation, we'll be able to partner with the athletic department and have a full blast NIL effort for all the athletes on campus. We've been in business, I guess, for about a year. We've distributed about $50,000 to the players. That's not like the big colleges where universities rather that have $1 million for one player or whatever. I will tell you that one of the players the other evening in a gathering we were talking about this, and he said, gosh, it's a life changer when we get $50 or whatever. The players are awesome. The predictions are, I've really fallen in love with them. They're wonderful, wonderful gentlemen. We've had them around the community at Boys and Girls Club, even Magnolia Court. to play with old people like me and things like that. But if you haven't met the Lumberjack basketball team out in the streets, Blueberry, whatever, you see them, you can pretty much identify them. They're very tall. Be sure to say hello to them and root for them. We expect that this will be one of the very best basketball seasons that we've had. This is an outstanding Lumberjack team, as is all of athletics at SFA. It's top notch, and I'm very, very proud of Ryan and his efforts and all of the coaches that are doing great things, very involved in the community. That's it, Wayne. Axum Jacks.
Thank you, Gary Lee, for that update, and it's great to see those young men around town. It's great. This has been a very heavily themed SFA call. We should be really proud. What I'm proudest of is the amount of collaboration between SFA and the various community stakeholders, whether it's United Way or whether it's the CVB or whether it's Chamber. It's so much collaboration with and that's a really healthy thing. And I guess that's the reason we all love and cherish having SFA as a part of this community. I want to thank Gina again for her presentation here today. For those of you that have heard the announcement that I'm stepping down on January 1st, I just want to let you know I'm not intending to go anywhere. Bonnie and I Maine would not have us back. We got a memo when they heard of my pending resignation. The state of Maine sent me a memo and said, don't come home. So we're staying here in Nacogdoches, but all kidding aside, we're looking forward to being involved in some other things too. But the rumor that we're leaving town is not accurate. And I just want to reinforce that. Having said that, I'm going to ask my distinguished colleague, Kelly Augustine, to give you an update on chamber events. And there's a few ahead of us, Kelly.
Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you, Wayne. I just put a link in the chat box so you can see what I'm looking at right now. I'm going to give Angela Wiederhold a heads up because I know she has an exciting announcement she would like to give our guests today too. As soon as I finish, which you can see we have a couple of wonderful ribbon cutting celebrations this month. One happening on Thursday. There's a luncheon that's attached to that for the Alzheimer's Association. This is their kickoff, Caroline. They have a kickoff too for their walk to end Alzheimer's. And that's a great time for companies or groups to form teams and participate in that. And we can learn more about that at the ribbon cutting on Thursday. It's actually going to be held in the mill room at Bonita Creek Hall. And then wrapping up our month, you'll see a ribbon cutting for the Brown Family Health Center. They have new facility updates they would like to show off, as well as their community garden that has meant a lot to not only their clients, but that community in that area of our town. So we're getting ready for several things, including our celebration with SFA this month. We have the 101st annual meeting of the Chamber Board and members that's happening on September 26th. That event is officially sold out. We thank everyone that has already reserved their tables and seats. We thank our sponsors that help with this event and the volunteers led by Betty Shin. We have a waiting list available if you would like to be included on that, but just mention that this is getting ready for the Chamber's new fiscal year. So our New Year's Day is October 1st, and that's when Dr. Ryan Head will take his place as chairman of our board of directors. The full board will be inducted at the ceremony on September 26th. And I would just encourage you to look at what's going to be happening in the Chambers next year. Our current chair, Dustin Beavers, will not go away either, Wayne. So he will still be part of the board of directors, and we have a wonderful team with us. We just finished a retreat last week, and there are a lot of plans in place to serve our business community and our members. So please check that calendar often, put your events on there as well. You can look at the other things happening in Nacogdoches if you just play around with that drop-down menu. So Angela, would you like to say something to the group?
Okay, here I am. Can y'all hear me? Woohoo! Kelly, Wayne, Team, thank you so much for this opportunity. Point A Media is excited to be working again on the Chamber publications. We've got a fabulous new theme this year. Notice we've got the green for Nacogdoches, and we've incorporated some purple in there for SFA as well. Both publications are very powerful messages across the country for Nacogdoches, what a great place it is to live, work, and to do business in Nacogdoches. We have opportunities right now on the map and in the Chamber directory to have your ad and to showcase your business and what you have to offer to our community. Thank you very much for your time. Please call Point A Media if we can help you. Thank you.
Thank you, Angela. And that's not an opportunity you should miss. Those publications are absolutely gorgeous. They're award-winning, and we're real proud of them. And it's a great opportunity to present your business or your organization to the folks that are new to Nacogdoches and those of us that live and love Nacogdoches. So there you go. Well, I want to thank everybody on the call. Again, President Gina, thank you. I hope that you get lots of rest in the next few days, because it sounds to me like you're going to be very, very busy. Thank all of you folks, and especially our colleagues and friends from SFA for being here today. And we hope you all have a very successful and prosperous week. Thanks again, and that concludes the call.